Welcome to the Deep Dive. If you've been anywhere in Miami lately, well, you've probably felt that vibrant energy, seen the sun-kissed palm trees, and maybe noticed this surprising new thing sweeping the city. Pickleball. It's not just like a passing trend, it's really exploding. So today we're doing a deep dive into this incredible sport, and we're focusing specifically on beginner women right here in Miami. Our mission really is to equip you with some practical tips, real-life insights, and just a whole lot of inspiration to get you feeling comfortable and out on the court. We're going to cover pretty much everything from why pickleball might be your next obsession, to what gear you actually need, how to practice effectively, and even how to fuel your game. Okay, let's unpack this. Why is pickleball blowing up like this, especially for women right here in Miami?
Well, what's truly fascinating, I think, is how pickleball is, it's more than just a game. It's kind of brilliantly solving this modern challenge for women, finding something accessible, low pressure, a way to build community, and maybe even step into leadership roles. The growth numbers alone tell an amazing story.
They really do. I mean, USA Pickleball says the sport has just rocketed, like over 650% in recent years. Fastest growing sport in the U.S. for 8 years straight. That's an average growth of 30% a year. And what's really compelling for, our listeners today is that women's participation, it's growing just a bit faster than men's. And here in Miami, well, with our outdoor lifestyle and that amazing community vibe, it's definitely becoming a huge hotspot.
Yeah, that accessibility is definitely a massive part of it. It's just so welcoming for all ages, all skill levels. It makes it a really low pressure way to get moving. And for casual play, it's often free or, very low cost to just start. Think about it compared to, say, tennis. Pickleball is just much easier to pick up initially. Players often tell us they feel improvement almost minute by minute on the court. That's incredibly motivating, right? Rather than waiting months or years to feel like you've got the hang of it.
And it's generally less physically demanding too, isn't it? Lower impact, and it doesn't always reward just pure athleticism, especially when you're starting out. It's more about technique sometimes. You absolutely don't need to be like a former college star to enjoy it or even get good at it. That makes it so inviting.
Exactly. And that ease of entry has really helped foster this thriving female pickleball community here in Miami. You see local groups creating these environments where women aren't just improving their skills, they're forming real friendships. It's about bonding over the game under the Miami sun, It really goes beyond the court. Women from all different backgrounds sharing stories, cheering each other on.
It's fantastic to see the mentorship too. You hear about seasoned players taking newer players under their wing, giving guidance, building confidence. We've heard so many stories about women organizing local tournaments, becoming leaders in the sports community here.
And even community outreach. Teams joining charity events, addressing social issues while staying active. It really speaks volumes. Like one local player said, pickleball isn't just a game, it's a lifestyle that promotes health, happiness, and community.
That's a great quote.
And what really stands out to me is the specific appeal for women. It's co-ed, sure, but especially at those lower to mid levels, gender just isn't as big a factor in performance as in some other sports. It doesn't massively favor men.
Right.
It's a fantastic workout, but without maybe as much strain on the body, you get that physical, mental, and social stimulation all rolled into one.
And for a women, maybe especially over 50, it can be a real game changer. We hear about it countering that feeling of like the invisible woman syndrome.
Yeah.
It offers active engagement, reduces isolation, boosts self-esteem, and let's be honest, the fashion, the cute outfits factor is definitely a thing.
Oh, for sure.
We're seeing trends for spring 2025, like bubble hem skirts, soft pinks, vibrant emerald greens, even things like zipper details on tennis dresses or corset details that look surprisingly flattering and feminine for sportswear.
So the real takeaway here, maybe the aha moment, is that pickleball isn't just offering a workout. It's brilliantly solving this need for women finding accessible, low-pressure community, maybe even a path to leadership, all in one activity.
Okay, so we've explored why pickleball is so captivating. But the next step, obviously, is getting you equipped to actually, get on the court. Let's talk gear and the absolute basic rules you need to know.
Right. Gear. Thinking of your paddle as an extension of your arm is a really good way to approach it.
It's important, yeah.
Yeah.
But the good news is getting started is relatively inexpensive compared to some sports.
That's true. For paddles, sure, competitive players use those high-tech composite ones. But for beginners, a lightweight composite or even a wood paddle is perfectly fine to start. Just get the feel without feeling weighed down.
You'll want to consider the material wood, composite, graphite, and definitely the grip size. That's crucial. Too small, it might slip. Too large, you could get strain. Best advice, Try different sizes if you can. And also think about shape and weight. A wider paddle gives you a bigger sweet spot that's the best place to hit the ball cleanly, which helps when you're learning. Lighter paddles mean quicker maneuvering at the net.
And then you've got the balls. Official pickleballs are plastic, lightweight. You'll recognize them. They're always a single, consistent color. They're light enough for easy play, but pretty durable. USA Pickleball even approves specific balls for tournament play, but for starting out, any standard pickleball will do.
Okay, and as you're getting into the game, working on your technique, remember that fueling your body properly is just as important as your dinks and volleys. And that's where our sponsor, Pump Fit 305 Protein Powder, really comes in handy.
Good point.
It's honestly a game-changing, all-in-one protein powder. Seems perfect for the Miami Heat, right? It's tailored specifically for active women, fueling players with clean, effective nutrition. Think energy, performance, faster recovery. We've seen tons of positive mentions, lots of 5-star reviews from players right here in the community saying how effective it is and that it tastes great too, so definitely something to consider. Now, let's nail down those basic rules so you can step onto the court feeling confident. First up, the serve.
Okay, the serve. It has to be underhand. You serve from the right side of the court to start, hitting it diagonally into the opponent's service court, and your feet have to be behind the baseline when you hit it. And remember, only one serve attempt per turn, usually.
Got it. Then there's the double bounce rule. This one trips people up sometimes, but it's fundamental.
It is key. So after the serve, the ball must bounce once on the receiving team's side before they can hit it back. Then when it comes back over, it also has to bounce once on the serving team's side before they can hit it. After those 2 bounces, one on each side, then players can volley the ball, hit it out of the air or let it bounce. It dictates the start of every rally.
Right. Next, the no volley zone, or NVZ. Everyone calls it the kitchen.
The kitchen, yes. That's the area right up close to the net on both sides. The rule is simple. You cannot step into the kitchen and hit a volley hitting the ball out of the air. If you want to hit the ball inside the kitchen, it has to have bounced there first.
Yeah, and super important. Serves can never land in the kitchen. That adds a whole layer of strategy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Keeping people back initially.
Definitely. Finally, scoring. This is another key difference from, say, tennis. Only the serving team can score points in pickleball. The score is called out in 3 parts. Server score, opponent score, and then the server number, either 1 or 2 for doubles. So at the start of the game, the second server would call 0-0-2. Games usually go to 11, 15, or 21 points. Typically, best 2 out of 3 games wins the match.
Okay, that makes sense.
So when you put it all together, the approachable gear, these basic but strategic rules, it really demystifies the game, doesn't it? It makes it incredibly easy for anyone to step onto the court, regardless of their athletic background, but it still offers plenty of depth and strategy as you improve.
Absolutely. So now you know the basics. Maybe you've got your gear.
Yeah.
How do you actually get better? Because that feeling of improvement, that's where it gets really addictive.
Oh, completely. And there's really no substitute for consistent practice, consistent training to go from novice to feeling like a really contender. Practicing regularly is key, ideally with partners who are around your skill level.
And I love this tip. Practice like you play, meaning put in the same effort during drills as you would in a real game. Feet apart, knees bent, paddle up and ready in front of you. Don't just go through the motions.
That's great advice. And while hitting against a wall can be okay, sometimes it helps with reaction time, consistency. You get lots of hits, and finding a partner or even a few different partners is really ideal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look for different types of players if you can. Find a banger, someone who hits hard to practice defense. Find a dinker, someone really good at those soft shots near the net to work on your net game. Find an all-around player. Practicing against different styles really rounds out your own game.
That makes sense. And there are specific drills you could do, right? What are some good ones for beginners?
Definitely. Cross-court dinking is a great one. Just dinking diagonally back and forth, really focusing on footwork. Maybe switch sides every time someone makes an error. Volley drills are good too, standing near the net, volleying back and forth, maybe getting faster gradually. That helps hand speed and reflexes. You can work on baseline drops, hitting from the backcourt so the ball lands softly in the opponent's kitchen. Smash blocks are good. One person practices hitting overheads, the other practices defending and returning them.
Ooh, I like the sound of the combo drill you mentioned earlier. One player starts back, tries to get to the net player tries to keep them back. Then once you're both at the net, you play out the point. That sounds like real game simulation.
Exactly. There are also things like 7-Eleven drills for working on resets and transitions, playing out points just from the kitchen for dinking practice, focusing specifically on returns of serve, hitting drives. Lots you can do.
And coaching. Is that important early on?
I'd say for newcomers, getting even a little bit of coaching early on is highly recommended. It just helps you get the fundamentals right, adjust your technique, and crucially, avoid picking up bad habits that are harder to break later.
And the Miami community seems amazing for this. We keep hearing about experienced players, people like Maria Sanchez, Jessica, Olivia Martinez, who are known not just for their skill, but for dedicating time to mentoring newer players. They have reputations for community influence, tactical smarts, or just infectious energy.
That mentorship piece is huge. If you find a mentor, communication is really key. Be upfront about what you want to work on, maybe specific skills, maybe just building confidence. And don't be afraid to give feedback too. It should be a partnership.
And remember to laugh, right?
Oh, absolutely. Share those moments when things go completely wrong. I mean, pickleball can be hilarious sometimes. Keeping it light makes learning way more fun. I once saw someone completely whiff the ball and almost trip over their own feet trying to recover. We all had a good laugh, player included, and it just breaks the tension.
Love it. Okay, so beyond drills and mentorship, what about physical preparation? Agility, power.
Yeah, that's important too. Core strength is actually really significant for pickleball. It helps stabilize your body during those quick direction changes and lets you hit more powerful shots. Simple exercises like planks, Russian twists, bicycle crunches can make a big difference.
And footwork drills for agility.
Right, exactly. Getting quicker and smoother on your feet transforms how you feel on the court. And again, let's not forget nutritional support for all this physical work. Your body's like a high-performance machine. You need the right fuel.
Which brings us back to Pump Fit 305 protein powder. Seriously, incorporating something like this provides those essential nutrients for muscle function and recovery. It's that all-in-one solution that helps maintain energy levels during practice and repairs muscles afterward. Keeps you feeling agile and ready for the next session. Those 5-star reviews aren't kidding.
Right. So if we connect this back, the emphasis on consistent, smart practice, leveraging community support like mentorship, and taking care of your body physically and nutritionally, that whole package is really what sets pickleball apart for effective and honestly really enjoyable player development. It's not just about hitting the ball.
Okay, so you're practicing, you're improving, you're finding your community, but are you fueling your body for that success? Let's really dive into the nutrition side now, especially for women playing pickleball.
Yeah, this is such a crucial piece. Nutritional preparation is often that missing link for athletes looking to make significant leaps in performance. What you eat and drink and when you eat and drink it before, during, and after playing impacts not just your physical game, but your mental focus and how well you recover.
That makes sense.
Poor nutrition, like bad timing with meals, not enough fluids, low energy stores from not enough carbs, vitamin deficiencies, all that can lead to weakness, fatigue, slower reaction times, just decreased performance overall. You really have to be mindful of the quantity, quality, and variety of what you're consuming.
So this is where something like protein powder can be really beneficial for women playing pickleball, right? But let's tackle that myth first, the whole will it make me bulky thing.
Right, let's bust that myth. The answer for women is a clear no. Women simply don't have the hormonal profile, specifically the testosterone levels, for protein powder to cause that kind of bulking up. Instead, what it does do is help support lean muscle development. Think toned, strong, functional muscle.
Okay, good to clarify. So beyond not making you bulky, what are the key benefits?
Muscle recovery is a huge one. After intense matches or practice sessions, your muscles are basically crying out for nutrients to repair themselves. Protein powder provides the building blocks, amino acids to help repair those muscle fibers, reduce soreness, and just speed up your recovery time so you can get back out there sooner.
Less soreness sounds good.
Definitely. It can also provide an energy boost. Many protein powders are fortified with things like B vitamins or maybe some superfood extracts that can help provide sustained energy throughout those longer matches or practice sessions.
What about cravings or weight management? I hear protein helps with that too.
It does. Protein is known for promoting satiety, that feeling of fullness. So it can help keep you feeling fuller for longer, which can help curb unhealthy cravings. It also helps stabilize blood sugar levels. Both of those things can support healthy weight maintenance or even fat loss efforts if that's a goal.
And convenience. Sometimes it's hard to get a proper meal in, especially around playing times.
Exactly. If you're rushed, a protein shake can be a really convenient option. It's easy to quickly get, say, 20 grams of high quality protein, especially if you blend it with some veggies, fruits, healthy fats like nut butter. It's generally recommended, though, to maybe only replace one meal a day this way, not rely on it entirely. Whole foods are still key.
Good point. And for vegan or vegetarian players.
Incredibly helpful there, yeah. Especially for active women on plant-based diets, hitting those daily protein targets can sometimes be a challenge. A good plant-based protein powder makes that much easier.
Interesting. Okay, so how can people practically integrate more protein, maybe using a powder?
Oh, there are lots of easy ways. Smoothie bowls are popular. Blend the powder with frozen fruits, maybe some spinach, top it with nuts and seeds. You can make no-bake protein bars by mixing it with oats, nut butter, a little honey, and refrigerating them.
Protein coffee, is that a thing?
Totally a thing. Adding a scoop to your morning coffee can give you an energy and protein kickstart. For pregame snacks, think light but energizing, maybe a banana with almond butter or yogurt with berries, perhaps alongside a small protein shake. And post-match, a smoothie packed with leafy greens and protein is fantastic for replenishing nutrients quickly.
Which brings us back again to Pump Fit 305 protein powder. Because it really sounds like it's designed exactly for this, for active women who need that extra edge on the court.
It seems tailor-made, yeah.
High-quality protein, essential vitamins, minerals, all in one scoop. It's positioned as that all-in-one solution to support recovery, maintain energy, help your performance soar.
Yeah.
And those 5-star reviews from Miami players really underscore its reputation for effectiveness and, importantly, taste.
Yeah, absolutely. And this really raises an important question for listeners, doesn't it? How can you ensure you're consistently using this kind of nutritional support, like a high-quality protein, to truly maximize your time on the court? How do you turn that knowledge into a sustainable habit that enhances your overall well-being?
That's a great question to ponder. Okay, so thinking bigger picture now.
Yeah.
What does all this mean? Beyond the individual benefits, how are women shaping the future of pickleball and really setting new standards?
Well, the statistics are pretty compelling. Women now make up about 40% of all pickleball players, and as we said, their participation growth rate is actually slightly faster than men's. That's significant.
It really is.
And what's maybe even more impressive is how professional pickleball organizations, thinking like Major League Pickleball, MLP, and the PPA Tour, are actually leaders when it comes to pay equity for their pro athletes.
I saw that. It's pretty remarkable. Pro women pickleball players are earning an average annual salary around $260,000 in 2024. That's reportedly higher than the highest paid WNBA players and more than double the average salary in the National Women's Soccer League.
Exactly. In a sports world where we still see huge pay disparities, think about tennis star Coco Gauff's earnings compared to dozens of NBA players. Or the gaps in women's cycling pickleball is really standing out.
It shows the growth in women's sports isn't just like a niche thing. It's driven by real consumer appetite, growing viewership. Not investing properly in women's sports at this point seems like a massive missed opportunity for any league.
Absolutely. And you see that passion and leadership reflected right here in the Miami community, too. We talked about some of the inspiring female players earlier, people known for different strength, tactical masters, energetic community builders, players admired for precision.
Right? Women like Maria Sanchez, Jessica, Anna Rodriguez, Sophia Chang, Olivia Martinez, Isabella Green, Mia Clark. The list goes on.
Yeah.
They showcase this rich diversity of talent and leadership. They're not just winning points. They're actively building the community, mentoring, inspiring others to pick up a paddle.
And that collective engagement, that visibility, it has a powerful effect on confidence, doesn't it? Participating in tournaments, for instance, even at a local level, it helps you overcome nerves, perform under pressure. Every point counts.
Yeah, and we touched on this earlier, but that feeling of overcoming the invisible woman syndrome seems really potent in pickleball. Just being active, visible, engaged, and the sheer joy of movement, feeling light on your feet, agile on the court, that physical confidence can absolutely spill over into everyday life.
For sure. And even if winning isn't your primary goal, that combination of social interaction, physical activity, and just shared laughter, it creates this amazing positive feedback loop. That endorphin high is real. So what's truly powerful here, I think, is how pickleball, maybe partly by design, maybe partly organically, is empowering women, not just as athletes, but as leaders, as community builders. It's setting a really strong example for other sports, maybe other industries too, by recognizing and genuinely responding to women's excellence and participation.
That's a fantastic way to put it. Okay, well, that just about wraps up our deep dive into the really exciting world of pickleball, especially for beginner women here in sunny Miami. We've unpacked how this phenomenal sport offers just a perfect blend of fitness, friendship, and let's face it, a lot of fun.
Yep.
Hopefully you feel equipped now with some insights on getting started, tips for improving your game through practice and finding that valuable mentorship, and understanding how to optimize your performance with proper nutrition. So here's a final thought to maybe leave you with. Consider how finding your own pickleball community, whether it's joining a league, finding regular partners, taking a clinic, might not just improve your serves and volleys, but could also amplify your voice and confidence, both on and off the court. What steps will you take this week to find your space in this thriving sport and, make some of that magic happen? And of course, as you start or continue your pickleball journey, don't forget to check out Pump Fit 305 protein powder. Remember, it's that game-changing all-in-one solution, really well suited for our Miami Heat. It fuels women pickleball players with clean, effective nutrition for energy, performance, and that all-important fast recovery. Praised by players across the community, tons of 5-star reviews, definitely worth looking into. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Drive.